Hello everyone, welcome to my general tarot reading on manifestation and abundance for the month of January 2026. Let's start with the shuffle. I begin with the Quantum Oracle. We're going to ask two things. First, what we need to close, change, or release in order to align ourselves with the manifestation of abundance. We got the Oracle of New Supportive Connections upright. And the second question is, what is our most aligned action to manifest abundance? We got two oracles, Professional Assistance in reverse and True Love upright. So let's shuffle the tarot for a deeper layer of meaning about these oracles. On what we need to release and close, we got two sevens. So this is the first synchronicity. We got the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Cups upright. And for the most aligned action, came out the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Major Arcana Justice in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles upright. Let's look at the near future in relation to the manifestation of abundance. For the near future, we got two eights, so this is the second synchronicity. The Eight of Cups in reverse and the Major Arcana number 8, Strength in reverse. Bottom of the deck after shuffling, we got the Empress upright and the Three of Cups in reverse. So this is the overall energy. And for the final advice with the Sacred Destiny Oracle, we got Flow and Thriving. So let's move on with the reading. So since we are in the section of what we need to release and close in order to align with abundance, we got New Supportive Connections Oracle. So this is not about letting go of these new supportive connections that will open up for ourselves. Rather, according to the cards I see in the tarot that came out to reveal a deeper layer about this, what must be released and closed is our distrust. Speaking of some trauma we may carry from past relationships, our tendency to think that opening any kind of relationship will bring us conflict, because this is a trauma response. What this oracle is telling me is that new opportunities to connect with others will open up for us. We will find ourselves forming new connections with new people who resonate at a similar vibration to ours, both mentally and emotionally. So, right now, it is a very good time to take part in activities that give us the chance to gather with other people in a more meaningful and profound way. So you can even organize these activities yourself, such as taking certain classes in a field that you find interesting, creating meditation or craft groups, joining a book club, or engaging in hobbies with others like writing, or something that you feel called to do. Because there is a momentum, an energetic force that is gaining strength and is very beneficial for you. So it is necessary that you actively try to open pathways toward personal interests, and these pathways will open for you new relationships. These new connections can bring you job opportunities, deeper emotional relationships, and the possibility of reaching your purpose and even financial success in the future. So according to this oracle, what will come is of great benefit. So this is the right moment to investigate, plan, and project to open doors in every way you can to create these opportunities, to connect with more people. Expand your interests and experiences, because that can also expand the potential for your joy and magnetic energy to increase. So let's move on with the tarot. With these two sevens that came out to reveal a deeper layer about this previous oracle, this means that as we allow ourselves to open or close our path toward these new supportive connections, we navigate between the higher and the lower vibration of each card. If we are in a high vibration and we take the higher vibrations of each of these two sevens, in the case of the Seven of Cups, we refine our discernment to know where or with whom we need to invest our time and effort in order to not scatter our energy, opening too many options. And with the Seven of Wands, we use our inspiration, our motivation, our inner fire to claim our place and establish our personal power. And from there, we make decisions and we establish new relationships. And the lower vibrations that we can align with on days when we are not doing so well are regarding this Seven of Wands, inner and outer conflict, like when we lock ourselves into some kind of need to be right and create conflict around us, which also attracts people who likewise resonate with that energy and will always want to be right, creating a never-ending loop of conflict, so to speak. And with the Seven of Cups, it will be like, as you can see in the picture here, when we haven't refined our discernment and we get distracted very easily. And this distraction is, in a way, diluting our capacity to manifest abundance. Like when we are too scattered and we open too many options, but we don't commit to any of them. Or like when we start many things, but we don't continue investing time in some of them, so this can solidify into something concrete and robust that withstands over time. So it is very important because since we are in the section of releasing and closing, this means that what needs to be released and closed are the lower vibrations of those two minor arcana, of those two sevens, so that from the higher vibrations we can open those new connections, those new opportunities, which, if you manage to solidify them, are indeed foretelling a very, very good omen. Because what is there for you is the economic success, the professional success, and the relational success. But it depends on oneself and on how each of us manage the higher or the lower vibrations at the challenges that are foretold in order to solidify paths of abundance. And the fact that these two sevens came out as a synchronicity also has to do with the seven being a number of change and expansion. But because it has the tendency to become unbalanced, sometimes it can bring abrupt changes or expansion that takes us out of our comfort zone in a not so kind way. So yes, we are going to expand, but we are going to expand by going through situations that may include great personal challenges for us. So let's move on to our most aligned action. Here we have professional assistance in reverse and true love upright. Both oracles referring to relationships also, as the first one we just talked about. So this professional assistance in reverse means that there is a complex situation at hand in which you need help. Perhaps you've known what it is about for some time, but you have tried to postpone the solution or ignore the problem or only solve it with the tools that you have yourself. This is making you feel alone, stressed, and overwhelmed. And it is necessary to realize that not everything is meant to be fixed by ourselves alone, and that we can open our energy to ask for help. So, regardless of your belief system, opening your energy means allowing yourself, first, to place that need toward a greater good, toward a higher good, so that this higher power brings you closer to people who can help you. And second, to express to someone you trust that you need help, to see if you can find professional guidance to resolve this matter. In any case, this oracle is saying that you are already receiving assistance energetically, so to speak, but that you need to get some kind of professional help with an expert, a counselor who can give you another perspective, open doors to another way out of this issue. For example, if it's a matter of mental health, you need to be open to contact a professional in psychology, a therapist. And if it's a matter where you need a professional, such as a lawyer, you need to be open to it also. The point is not to drown yourself trying to solve everything alone. So far this reading is about strengthening your own capacity to release what you need to release, whether it is, for example, a toxic habit within a relationship that it isn't working, or letting go of the relationship itself in order to open space for new relational habits or new relationships with this true love oracle, the source of real connections. This oracle is foretelling that you may open many doors or new relationships in which the people entering your life will feel drawn to you. For some, this could be a romantic attraction. For others, it could be a new professional relationship. where you click very well, and because you click, everything starts to flow in the workplace. And this doesn't necessarily mean that this professional relationship has to turn into a romantic one. This oracle is also saying that new friendships may open, helping you to expand and evolve. So the source of these connections, of this true love, is based on the balance and the depth you have in your relationship with yourself. If you have a balanced, deep relationship with yourself, that begins to reflect in the type of people you attract, whether professionally, as friends, or romantically. So, for the relationships and people you attract to be nourishing and expansive, you must first work on yourself and on the relationship you have with yourself, so that you create an energetic resonance with people who value you and who complement you expansively. This is what this true love oracle means, and it is also saying that it is time to open your emotional chakra, your heart chakra, and show the deep value you bring to this world as some kind of radical act. And as you show your value, you will be attracting the vibration of genuine self-love, which makes you a magnetic energy that also draws people who vibrate in that same authenticity. So these three oracles so far are very interesting because since we are in the manifestation and abundance tarot reading, what these three oracles are saying is that abundance will open up for you to the extent that you work on your relational energy and habits within yourself and with others, resulting on what kind of people you begin to attract in order to build expansive paths. So let's move on to the tarot to reveal a deeper layer for these two oracles we just saw. So starting with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this is telling me that it is necessary for you to work on a relational habit of codependency, because as you can see here, when upright, it shows a woman enjoying her abundance in solitude. This means that the abundance this person has is self-created, but since we got it in reverse, it indicates that what is keeping us from manifesting a nourishing relationship, an expansive relationship, a nourishing and expansive job opportunities, connections, is our own confidence in our own capacity to manifest abundance. This means that if we don't trust our own capacity, if we don't trust we have the tools to move forward in life, if we have low self-esteem, so to speak, if we don't trust that we have what it takes to build an expansive path for ourselves, that makes us believe that we need other people in order to build something stable and expansive. And sometimes that leads us to maintain relationships that are not necessarily beneficial because we think we need them. So this is a pattern that must be released as the most aligned action. Because to the extent that we let go that belief that we need other people to build something stable, we begin to strengthen ourselves and to stand in our own personal power, which is what has been emphasized from the beginning with those two sevens. So it is necessary to release the codependency with people or relationships who are not nourishing to us at this moment. And with this major arcana, justice in reverse, what this is saying is that for some people, the external help that they need related to this justice could mean that they need some lawyer to help in the situation at hand. For other people, justice in reverse is telling me that there is a decision that they need to make, but maybe you don't feel capable of making that decision. And on a mundane level, this can also mean that if you're waiting for some legal outcome, that outcome may not be in your favor, since this came out in reverse. But with the therapeutic approach, this justice in reverse is showing a lack of focus, a lack of balance rooted in a fear of making the wrong decision. And this fear is being fueled by the codependency indicated in the Nine of Pentacles. So you need to stand in your personal power because the next card is the Knight of Pentacles upright. Pentacles represents the ability to manifest resources, stability, prosperity, and fulfillment. So it is necessary for you to embody that Knight, meaning that you need to believe that you are capable of opening paths, of making decisions, of stepping forward, and being proactive enough to pursue the opportunities that will open up for you with that oracle of new supportive connections. So this Knight implies that you must strengthen your self-esteem and your inner confidence so that you enter this beautiful opportunity standing firmly, because movement and change is foretold with this Knight. And for that movement and change not to manifest in an unbalanced way with this Justice in reverse, and not to leave you at a loss with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it is necessary for you to trust in your own capacity to navigate this. Because what I'm seeing so far in this whole reading is that even though opportunities may open up, the mere low self-esteem can make us miss these opportunities. So let's move on to the near future. In the near future, we got the Major Arcana Strength in reverse, along with the Eight of Cups in reverse. So these two eights represents that this unbalance portrayed by this Justice in reverse is also present in the near future. This unbalance is being fueled by something you need to release but have not wanted to let go of, with this Eight of Cups in reverse. You need to release something that weighs you down, that burdens you, that makes you feel empty, that makes you feel as though life is grey and flat, but you haven't released it, perhaps because you don't know how to, or maybe because you feel you need it in order to feel stable. But this is a limiting belief, causing this feeling of losing strength because we got it in reverse, meaning that the low self-esteem will be maybe winning the battle, keeping you from manifesting abundance and seizing the opportunities that are opening up for you. So this entire reading is telling me that it is necessary to work deeply on forgiving all the situations from your past that led you to distrust your own capacity. So as you can heal this, you close this cycle and begin to step in your personal power, because there are very beautiful and expansive opportunities for you. As the overall energy with this Major Arcana, the Empress upright, because this is the Arcana representing abundance. And with this Three of Cups in reverse, this is telling me that you need to be careful with relationships or situations that drain your energy through excess. So this means that you need to avoid going too far with everything that you do. For example, too much partying or too much work, because any excess will be draining your energy. Likewise, you need to be cautious with relationships that demand too much from you but are not reciprocal, because these two are draining your cup. And with this Empress, the overall energy is saying, look, here you are seated in the throne of abundance, and what is missing is that you need to trust yourself more. The Empress is telling you to give priority to opportunities, decisions, relationships, and commitments that make you flourish, as we talked about at the beginning. This means letting go of everything you do out of obligation, to satisfy others' expectations, to please, to fit in. All of that is draining your emotional energy and keeping you away from building the necessary energy field to manifest abundance. So in order to sit on this throne of abundance, you must make yourself the priority, along with the opportunities and situations in which you feel you truly flourish. And according to this reading, this abundance comes through opening yourself to some sort of community. This means socializing, meeting new people, renewing your social relationships, renewing your social activities. That is where abundance will arrive for you. So prioritize what makes you shine most. Prioritize situations in which your talents can be nourished and can flourish. And for other people, this could also mean to pursue leadership in some personal or work projects. So let's move on to the final advice. So we got 2 oracles for the final advice, flow and thriving. Let's begin with flow. This oracle is saying that there are moments when we must stay close to the shore, and there are moments when we must launch ourselves into the current of this body of water. It is up to you to refine your discernment to realize where you are now and to move in the flow direction. This means to see the signs and to follow them without resistance. So what could it mean to flow or to go with the current according to this entire reading? First, to release the obstacles to that flow. And the obstacles are, as we talked about before, the low self-esteem, the low self-confidence, the codependency, the fear of making decisions, and something heavy or toxic that you have not wanted to let go of. All of this becomes the stone lodged in the flow of that water current, creating turbulence. So going with the flow would mean removing that stone. This means releasing and closing cycles in which you let go of these limiting patterns, opening yourself to forgiveness, and releasing the need to be right about yourself and your beliefs. And if you don't feel connected with the currents of life and with the flow that wants to guide you toward expansion, this may mean that you are being overly self-critical or self-judging of yourself, of your own capacity, of your own being, and of what surrounds you. So to counteract this self-judgment and this self-criticism, it is necessary to open yourself to gratitude and love so that you can see, find, and take advantage of the opportunities and blessings around you in order for your life force to expand, to enter a state of grace, and healing comes to you on all levels of your life. This is very beautiful, and it also connects with this other card because this flow is leading you toward this prosperity of this thriving oracle. If you have drawn this oracle, it means you are a survivor. This means that not only do you survive, but you can also use situations that other people find difficult or challenging as stepping stones toward prosperity. You expand in situations where others shrink. It is like when a challenge arrives and others say, "No, I can handle that." And you say, "Yes, I can handle it and I will see it through." This means that you are adaptable enough to circumstances and that this allows you to move through them, navigate them, and transform them into something beneficial to you. This means that you have the ability to overcome any challenge and that you have incredible strength. You need to believe in yourself more. You need to see it. And this also makes it possible for other people to find refuge in your energy. And that means that by giving others that refuge, you also find nourishment for yourself. And finally, this oracle brings an urgent call to stand in your personal power and open the connection with a part of yourself that is primal and primordial, powerful, your purest part connected with your wild side and untamed nature. This will increase your vitality and allow you to contribute to your well-being in many aspects of your life. So this means that this prosperity foretold with this oracle maybe is not an easy prosperity, not a stroke of luck. It's a kind of prosperity that comes through external pressure, and that pressure helps you to flourish. What comes to mind is the vast pressure that coal must undergo to become a diamond. So you are in this process of becoming a diamond by aligning with challenges, situations that will not let you fall into comfort or complacency, but instead will awaken you, connecting you precisely with that primordial, primal, wild energy to move forward. Basically, this oracle is saying that you have what it takes. You need to trust yourself more, and you will see that a new world opens up, and this new and different world is not tied to the relationships you already have. This doesn't mean that you have to abandon or close those relationships. but rather that you need to make space for new people and new relationships because they will be very expansive for you. For others, it could indeed mean releasing relationships that no longer serve, releasing decisions, releasing responsibilities that no longer serve. It is like the fishbowl has become too small for you, and you have already grown as a fish. So it is necessary to move into a larger bowl, or even a pond, or a river, in order to expand. Please remember to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. So see you next month on the first 3 Mondays of February for your 3 general readings. Thank you and goodbye.